Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to the Subscriber World Cup for the month of September. And we have got some really nice entries here for you today. We have got 2 Subscriber World Cups for you. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it. So let's just get straight into the entries. Before we start, because I know a few people only watched the first 30 seconds of the video. 1-star teams only for October. I'm going to say it now. 1-star teams only for October, because we're going to do a Halloween. Well, it's basically a Halloween special we do every year. And, I ask people to do 1-star teams. If you don't put 1-star teams in, then your entry will be discounted. If you want to know what 1-star teams are, all you have to do is ask me and I'll tell you if it is a 1-star team or not. You can have half-star teams if you want as well. That still counts, but yeah. So let's get straight into the names then. So Ethiopia is represented by Liquid. Bangladesh is represented by Izuki Games. Vietnam represented by Oh Yeah Mr. Krabs, and Dominican Republic represented by Footballing Central. In Group B we have Denmark represented by Yedder. Colombia represented by ST Mark 2004. Greece represented by Olympiakos UECL winner 2024. Bolivia represented by Juanita TV. USA is a quadruple entry represented by Lena. I'm Firing My Laser, William Junkies, and AI 3487, I think. Yeah, 3487. Yeah, my handwriting terrible. Scotland represented by Zachary Herbert Wallace. Norway represented by Seth Hernandez. Iceland represented by Ivory Trance. In Group D we have Latvia represented by Wasteland Wanderer and Arsenal Ball. China represented by Zion Molina. Canada represented by Cutter Historical and Madman E. Representing El Salvador is Errado. In Group D we have Mexico represented by Copper Mundial 2026 and Hamlet. Japan represented by S9 Sliver. Panama represented by Theo the Dog, and Russia represented by Sean Lamont Tiger. In Group E we have Sweden represented by Epic's Wheel. Ukraine represented by Dorota Costa. Nigeria represented by Really Edits TM, and Czech Republic represented by Grubby Coach. And then we have the big teams coming up. Argentina represented by Uruguay Los Angeles 2028. Italy represented by Tizio Tizos. Also, Ebsi was representing Argentina. Sorry, I completely missed that. Uruguay represented by Vita Barker. Netherlands represented by Freddy. Then we have Spain represented by a few people here: Patrick Mealy, No Fame FC, and Ryan Bromhead. Germany represented by Isaac Vea, Wolf, and Cassian. Brazil represented by Cuthbert McVeigh, MC Martin, and Saki Bless. And France represented by France Ball 91. So those are your initial entries. We have a second Subscriber World Cup with 16 more teams, plus the teams that don't make it through the group stage in this one. I hope it is enjoyed. Okay then guys, so we'll do this part super quickly as we usually do, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay then guys, so these are your groups for the first Subscriber World Cup, and let's see who went through or not. So in Group A, Ethiopia go top of that group with 9 points, and the Dominican Republic come through presumably on goal difference. Unlucky to Bangladesh and Vietnam in that one. Very, very close. In Group B, we have Bolivia topping that group, and Denmark going through again on goal difference over Greece. Colombia finishing bottom of that group. In Group C, we have the United States and Scotland going through. Norway and Iceland both going home. In Group D, we have China and Latvia going through in that one, and Canada and El Salvador going home. Group E was Mexico and Panama going through in that one. Russia and Japan going home. In Group F, Sweden and Ukraine go through, with Czech Republic and Nigeria going home. Well, I say going home, going to the second chance Subscriber World Cup. In Group G, Uruguay and the Netherlands go through, and Italy and Argentina drop down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup. And in Group H, we have France and Germany going through to the knockouts, and Spain and Brazil dropping down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup, leaving a round of 16 like this: Ethiopia versus Denmark, USA versus Latvia, Bolivia versus Dominican Republic, China versus Scotland, Mexico versus Ukraine, Uruguay versus Germany, Sweden versus Panama, and France versus the Netherlands. So we do this part live on camera sort of thing, and there's only about 4 teams left that I'm following. So if they get knocked out, it'll automatically simulate to the end, and then we won't be able to watch the match. So I hope that doesn't happen. A few of the matches have been played, by the way. We got Denmark beating Ethiopia 1-0 and USA beating Latvia 2-0. And then also we have Bolivia beating Dominican Republic 2-1 and China beating Scotland 2-0, which is slightly surprising. So next up we have Uruguay versus Germany and Mexico versus Ukraine. So let's simulate this one and see who goes through. Let's have a look. Was it? Oh, it was Germany by 1-0, and we don't know Mexico or Ukraine just yet. Okay, now we have France versus the Netherlands. Let's see who goes through in this one. So France have been eliminated. It just told me it's 2-1 to the Netherlands, and Sweden beat Panama 2-0. Okay, so we only have 2 more teams we are following to the final, but we got a good chance of those teams going to the final, I think, personally, but you never know. It might just end up being a normal simulation. Who knows? So Ukraine versus Germany and Denmark versus the United States. Let's simulate these matches and see what happens. It was 2-1 to Ukraine and 2-1 to Denmark as well. Okay, what a shock. Ukraine have bested Germany 2-1. I did not expect that. Now we have Sweden versus the Netherlands and Bolivia versus China. So if the Netherlands get knocked out here, then it will automatically simulate to the end, because all the teams that I picked to follow have astonishingly been knocked out. So let's see what happens in this match. Oh wow, they've both been knocked out. So this is going to be a really quick simulation, guys. Yeah. It's going to be someone brand new, I think. Alright, let's have a look and see who wins it. It was China! China won the World Cup against Ukraine. That is insane. I can't believe that China, out of all those nations, especially the bigger nations, went through and won the World Cup. So China, who was that? That was Zion Melina winning the World Cup with China. That is so impressive. That's, like, I always say this on this Subscriber World Cup stuff. If you can win the World Cup, I know you're not in control, but like, if you can win the World Cup with nations like China or like Ukraine or I don't know, like smaller nations, it's far more impressive to me personally than doing it with a team like Germany. Of course, you're free to choose anyone, but man, that is great. Well done to Zion Melina, who picked China, and China have won the World Cup. Congratulations to you. Ukraine came second. Unlucky. That was Dorota Costa. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. I mean, China just got the best of Ukraine in that random final. Yeah, very unlucky. So checking out the rest of the tournament then. So where we left off after the Netherlands got beaten by Sweden 2-0, China went on to beat Bolivia 1-0. Then China beat Sweden 2-1, and then China obviously went on to win the World Cup. Ukraine on the other side beat Denmark 2-1 after beating Germany 2-1. Denmark went on to win the 3rd place playoff. 3rd place was Yedder with Denmark. Congratulations to you for finishing 3rd with Denmark. And Sweden came 4th. Congratulations to Epic's Real. That's really hard to say, I don't know why, but Epic's Real has come 4th. Congratulations to you as well for making it into the top 4. And that was pretty cool, to be fair. I did not expect China to go on and win the World Cup. A few people will say that China had a slightly easier route, but in my opinion, China are actually the weaker team in that bracket. You know, apart from Dominican Republic, you think Bolivia, in my opinion, are better than China. Scotland, in my opinion, are better than China. Sweden are definitely better than China. And Ukraine are definitely better than China. But they somehow pulled out of the bag. So that's been your first Subscriber World Cup. We got one more with 16 new people. And the 16 people that didn't go through to the knockouts in that one as well. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright then guys, so we are in the Subscriber World Cup Part 2, or your second chance Subscriber World Cup as I like to call it. Now, I have tried to make the groups as fair as possible so that, you know, the smaller teams don't get blown away by the bigger teams and stuff like that. So the people who drop down should know who they are by now. But the 16 new people that are in this Subscriber World Cup, Israel is represented by Alon Pier. Palestine is represented by L Young Tactics, is that right? L Tongue Tactics? I don't know, I can't read my own handwriting. India represented by Godzilla Firefox. Bermuda represented by JC Eurovision Fan. Macau represented by Mundin Hozal. Kazakhstan represented by Six Peeps. Anguilla represented by Fintan. Ecuador represented by Mr. Vinny. Wales represented by Amazing Gaming. Fiji represented by Shane Dylan Fan. Serbia was a triple entry by Montenegro Edits, Wolf Danuth, and I can't read that name. It's Serbian, I think. Monsiljovic. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I really apologize. I'm terrible with my pronunciation. Chile represented by Tanya Kernahan. Estonia represented by Eggs and Men. Peru represented by Mexican White. Montserrat represented by Diamond. And Benin represented by Anonymous. So you guys know the drill. We'll do this part really quickly and then we'll go on to the knockouts. Alright then guys, so these are your group stages for the second chance Subscriber World Cup. So in Group A, we have Palestine and Bangladesh going through in that one. In Group B, we have Bermuda and India going through in Group B. In Group C, we have Estonia and Benin going through, Kazakhstan and Anguilla going out. In Group D, it's Wales and Israel going through in that one. In Group E, it's Colombia and Nigeria going through. In Group F, it's Chile and Russia going through. In Group G, it's Peru and Japan going through. And in Group H, in the biggest group of them all, Spain and Argentina go through, with Brazil and Italy going home, which sets up around a 16 between Palestine and India, Estonia versus Israel, Bermuda versus Bangladesh, Wales versus Benin, and then we have Colombia versus Russia, Peru versus Argentina, Chile versus Nigeria, and Spain versus Japan. Alright then, so the first simulated matchup is Colombia versus Russia and Peru versus Argentina. There has been some games that have been played. So India beat Palestine 2-1 and Israel beat Estonia 2-1. In the other matchups as well, we have Bermuda beating Bangladesh 2-1 and Wales beating Benin 1-0. So Colombia versus Russia, very hard game to call. Let's see who wins this one. Simulate that. That was 3-1 to Russia. Well done, Russia. And we have Peru versus Argentina. Is there a shock on the cards for this game? Let's have a look. And we go back and have a look. And it was a 1-1. We don't know who went through. Okay, interesting stuff. We have Chile versus Nigeria next. Again, another hard game to call. Let's simulate that. We have a 4-0 to Chile. Wow, okay. See you later, Nigeria. Unlucky. And then we have Spain versus Japan. Is there a shock here or will it be Spain? Let's have a look and see. And I think Spain went through. Yes, they did. We won 1-0. Okay, cool. So we have Russia versus Peru. And then we have India versus Israel. So let's simulate those two games. We have Russia beating Peru 2-1 and India almost beat Israel. It was 3-2 in the end. That was a great game. Great game for the neutral there. 3-2 winners Israel. We have Chile versus Spain and Bermuda versus Wales coming up next. So can Chile do it or will it be another Spain walkover? Let's have a look. Spain won. So, okay, so that was 1-0, I believe. And Bermuda beat Wales 1-0. Wow, Bermuda, man. Bermuda. Bermuda are very, very good on this game for a half-star team. Next up, we have Israel versus Russia and Bermuda versus Spain. Wow, I think that we're going to have possibly a Russia versus Spain final. But Bermuda getting to the top 4, that's insane. That is actually insane. So let's have a look then. Israel versus Russia. Who will do it? It is Russia with a 1-0 win. So Russia go to the final. And then we have Bermuda versus Spain. If Bermuda do this, that'll be the most insane thing ever. Come on. Let's see. Oh, they almost are Spain, man. Ah, okay. I'll accept it. So we have a random third place playoff between Israel and Bermuda. So we'll simulate up to the final and see what happens. I believe Israel won that one. Yes, 3-0. So Israel are confirmed third. I'm going to simulate this game because I simulated the last one. So let's find out our winners for the second chance Subscriber World Cup. It will be Russia. Russia have beaten Spain 2-1 in the final. And I know exactly who picked Russia. It was Sean Lamont Tiger with the win in the second chance Subscriber World Cup. Congratulations to you for dropping down into this one after a not so good campaign, but recovering and finishing first. So congratulations to you. Spain came second. That was, I don't know, 3 or 4 people. That was No Fame FC, Patrick Mealy and Ryan Bromhead. So commiserations or congratulations to you, however way you look at it. And then third was Israel, and that was represented by Elon Peer. So congratulations to you for finishing third with Israel. That's actually really impressive. But even more impressively, during this World Cup, Bermuda finishing 4th, which is insane. Yeah, that is just incredible for a half-star team. JC Eurovision fan finishing 4th with Bermuda. Wow, we've had such a good Subscriber World Cup. So next time for October, I want 1-star teams only. But if you did enjoy the Subscriber World Cup today, then please give it a like and subscribe. Comment your entries down below. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.